Did you ever try to stop a wave? I wonder why there were so many days in the upper room waiting. They were told to wait, to listen. One of the biggest words of all the biblical spirituality, to listen. There's one wave we can stop, and the wave will stop for us. A wave that's at the beginning of creation. Hovering over the waters. Today we celebrate the great day of Pentecost. Huge feast. A turning point for the world. Tell me one thing that gives itself life. It seems to me that there's nothing that gives itself life. Every time life is received. I received life from my parents. This tree grew from a seed that had life in it. And the seed didn't give itself that life factor that it received from its parent tree. Today is a feast of the source of life. Just like the Big Bang sourced the physical universe to a degree, because the Big Bang itself was a process that had to be sourced. I think most folks that turn in to a moment like this, sunrise stroll and chat, and there are lots of things out there on the internet, just surf the waves of the internet. Lots of great things, lots of wonderful things. I think we're open to this source. We're looking, we want to know, we want to hear, we want to be inspired. That word is very interesting, inspiration. We want breath. We want life. We were gasping for life. So I want to check out here our Ponciana tree, how red it has become. Red, the color of the fire of Pentecost, the fire of love. So it's not as red as it was that I remember on other years in Pentecost. We had a slower spring, but it's coming. So give it a good week here and we'll see a lot of red. coming. It's coming for sure. Just look here where we're very close, and although these ones are fading already, but there's a whole lot of buds here. This is the closest set of buds that have blossoms. So right there, I'll put the camera up closer. Funny, I can't see this here. Maybe you can see better than me. There they are. These are all going to be a flame of red. The whole of the universe has been sourced. That's our faith. And to recognize this for our spiritual life is to have the strength, the willingness to receive and say yes. These guys are waiting in the upper room, actually with Our Lady, and they're praying together in unity. They've been instructed to do that. It wasn't their idea. They'd probably be fighting with each other and disputing who is the greatest and who's going to be in charge and who's going to sit at the right hand and who's going to catch the most fish and who's going to take revenge and bring down fire and storm and thunder on enemies. There's a category of enemies. There's a receptivity, a humility, there's a readiness to receive the source of life, to recognize that life is sourced. The very word, that command to listen, is the core of biblical spirituality. Listen. There is one who is the source of all. And to recognize this for our own hearts and souls, for our spiritual life, we can't make ourselves holy. We can't make ourselves humble. We are led, we are given, we are inspired, we are tempered by fire. We're powered like the sails of a ship by the wind. We're washed clean. We get life-giving water from the fountain. These are great words in the great hymns to the Holy Spirit that are age-old hymns. Veni Creator Spiritus, come Creator Spirit. Fill the hearts of your faithful. Warm us up. Melt our ice. Bring us to sound. Give us understanding. And we can stop the wave coming in. We can turn our back. We can say, no, I'm not interested. I prefer the joys of the moment. But I think we are searching also in that division of our hearts for coming together again, getting our act together inside of us, being recreated. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful, enkindle in them the fire of your love. Send forth your Spirit, Lord, and things are created, and you will renew the face of the earth. The old stump will sprout again. There is true future for a prayer life, an intimate prayer life with God. There is true future for reconciliation, even with our worst labeled enemies. labeled enemies, because everyone is our brother and sister. Come, renew the face of the earth. Send out your Spirit, Lord, and renew the face of the earth. Let the Spirit hover again over the waters like on the first day of creation. Fire, wind, water, and we are earth. What does earth do? It receives the water. It's tempered by the fire. It receives the breath of life. And these apostles had nothing. What did they have when they went out into the world? They didn't have libraries and books, and they didn't have vehicles and computers. They didn't have degrees and diplomas and approvals. They were actually persecuted. Their heart was on fire. And because of that, we're talking together today. Because they went out into a world with the fire of love. With the power of the Spirit blowing. The texts today are marvelous. The pencil sketch of Pentecost morning in the upper room, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in different tongues. Humanity's confusion has a new open door to be resolved, to understand each other, to come together. Divisions will be healed. And the fire becomes palpable. They were enabled to proclaim, so they opened and received a strength, an inspiration, a gift to share. And a huge crowd gathered and were in awe that they could all understand, even though it came from all corners of the empire. Recognizing the source of life. Opening our hearts, not blocking the wave of the Creator, of the Inspirer, of the flame transforming the metal, cleaning it of its rust, tempering it for greater strength. And we fast forward to Easter Sunday evening, and the giving of the Holy Spirit already there is the Easter gift. And today we complete the Easter season, and it's given for the forgiveness of sins. So let us not be burdened and overcome by our past faults. Renew the face of the earth, renew our faces. A new generation of reborn people. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, quack. Come, Holy Spirit, and from your celestial home shed a ray of light divine. Come, Father of the poor, come, source of all our store. Come within our bosoms shine. You of comforters the best, you the soul's most welcome guest. Sweet refreshment here below, in our labor rest most sweet. Grateful coolness in the heat, solace in the midst of woe. O most blessed light divine, shine within these hearts of yours, and our inmost being fill. That's a wonderful prayer hymn that's in special liturgical days in the liturgy before the gospel. It's called the sequence. It captures, it's a long hymn. It captures a lot of the action of the Holy Spirit, expresses our need, our delight, our celebration for this gift. There are different kinds of spiritual gifts, but the same Spirit. Different types of service, but the same Lord. Different workings, but the same God who produces all of them in everyone. Let your Spirit come to life. Let your gift be poured out today for humankind, in your family, in your neighborhood. Somebody you see on the street, you smile. God bless you. Share the gift of the Spirit.